Hello, hello. Welcome to my lair. My weird wall of words in quotes lair at Tumbleweed Loft here. Let me get going real fast. I'm just gonna copy and paste a little link here in the comments below. And we'll be ready. Boom. Okay. How's everybody doing? So as promised, tonight's show, as you saw from the post earlier, is about The Voice. It's the reality. It's not anything negative. Let me just first start off by saying that. This is a disclaimer for sure. Like, this is not a negative rant by any means on anything about The Voice. This is just how it happened, the timeline, like how I felt about everything, my just full-on in-depth experience. And y'all, this entire talk, it's not just me talking at you. Like, this is a conversation. That's like my pet peeve, is sitting with a person who just talks at you. So please feel free to ask any questions and have comment away. So Carlos, what up? Where are you coming from? Y'all, if you just joined me, so this is a talk about just being on The Voice 4 years ago. It's been a while. I'm not very relevant anymore in terms of like NBC The Voice world. Let's be honest. But it is something that I get asked more than any other question. The second I step off of the stage, people want to know, so how was The Voice? Like, how did you really like it? Like, they want the honesty, they want the raw truth. So to just settle the score here, that's what the point of tonight's live stream is. So before The Voice happened, Southern Maryland, okay. Y'all holla, Adam Hart, Memphis, I'm guessing you're from Memphis. Holla with where you at, where you're coming from, and maybe one thing you're grateful for. Let's just get this going with a positive note. Just keep it going. So before The Voice happened, I'd been touring, I'd been writing my own songs, I'd been playing festivals, playing dive bars all over the country, driving my ass all over the country alone, and booking myself, promoting myself, all, the works. And I was nowhere near liking anything that was close to The Voice. I did not care about The Voice. I didn't even watch TV. Like, I still don't watch TV. And the second I got off the show, I didn't watch The Voice, honestly. It's just not my bag. It's not my cup of tea. But, so honestly, right before it happened, and my mom was like, come on, just try it. It's gotten really popular. It's an opportunity. I'm sure you'd get on it. She was just adamant. So for Mom, I did it. I auditioned just to get her off my back. That is the honest to God truth why I did it. And I had no care in the world to actually make it onto the show. So I didn't do the casting, like the cattle call. I got like a private audition because I had recorded at Ardent Studios here in Memphis, and they recommended artists who had recorded there. So that's how I got a private audition, and I brought my guitarist Logan Hanna to come with me and do the audition. And it was packed. Like, it was girls like looking like Taylor Swift wannabes, like decked out in way too much makeup and little keesy dresses. And I walked in there with like my resonator guitar, and I was like, what the hell have we gotten ourselves into? The hallways were lined, like stacked with people. And we waited for maybe like half an hour and went in there with like a Tom Waits song as my audition song. Like, that's how I just didn't know what to expect. So I auditioned for like a nationally televised Mass America appealing show with a Tom Waits song. And they were like, do you know any other songs that maybe Mass America, like, the rest of America will know? And I said, okay, well, I got a Tom Petty song, and I played an Elvis song, and then I did Black Keys, Psychotic Boy, or Psychotic Girl in there, Psychotic Boy for me. So yeah, I did 4 songs, and they were extremely enthusiastic and sweet people through, like, the entire audition was fun. It was actually really, really fun, and I wasn't nervous at all. So I didn't care. Like, it showed. Like, I didn't care about trying to impress them. I was just there to be myself, and I think that's may have been my golden ticket as to why I got onto the, past all those auditions. So The Voice is dull. You have a voice that's different. Okay, fair enough. It is a watered down version. Like, think about appealing to a mass American audience. Like, that's kind of what you have to do. You have to water down. You have to, I guess, contextualize people, if that makes sense. Anyway, so I got you know, I left the audition. I was like, so peace, like I won't be hearing from them. And so months and months later, I was driving down the road. Actually, I was with my parents, and we were out in New Mexico, leaving Santa Fe, driving up to Taos, and I got the call from the producers, and they said, we want to fly you out to LA. We want you on the show. And I absolutely flipped out. I was ecstatic. I was happy. You know, it was an opportunity that I would have never have gotten if, you know, for a national exposure. I think it's just something that any person, any artist who really wants to be smart with, like, treat their artistry as a business, they would have taken this opportunity too. So I'm trying to read y'all's comments while I'm talking. What Tom Waits tune? I did Make It Rain, which is my favorite Tom Waits song. Well, at least my favorite song to cover. So anyway, from Bend, Oregon. Hear about, wonder if they're true. But okay, sorry, I'm trying to read the rest. Do you have a question? Yeah, Make It Rain. So anyway, fast forward, I've been flown out to The Voice. Now, before you get on the show, there are so many months of training. You have like an expert team behind you, months and months of training, and like maybe I think I was like 4 audition rounds before you even get onto the stage. So you're basically preparing for 3 months for 90 seconds of your life. Now, they make it seem like you just, you know, stepped off the plane and you get on the stage and woo, hey America, I'm here. No. Like, and I understand that, like, it's a multi-million-dollar show. They want their artists to be prepared. Like, that's understandable. And they very cleverly edit things, you know, to make them seem like I had to wear the same outfit, you know, for months at a time. Like, they would clean it, dry clean it every single night after we were filming it to make it seem like, you know, it was a one day, like a 24-hour period. And even my parents had to do the same thing. They had to wear the same outfit for, like, I think a couple of times in a row on set, like 16-hour shooting days sometimes. It was exhausting sometimes. But all in all, it was extremely fun, extremely nerve-wracking. And this is the first song I want to play tonight because it's a song that I actually didn't play on the actual show, but this is the very last song I played. And it was the most nerve-wracking moment actually of the entire show, and it didn't even involve the cameras. It was Carson Daly, the guy who created The Voice. I can't remember his name. Like all of the coaches, all the judges, all the producers, all like the VIP crew were sitting in this tiny room, maybe the size of like this living room in my loft, and you know, just maybe 5 feet from me, and they're dead silent, and they want you to play to whatever prepared, like backing track or whatever you have. And so my song was When the Stars Go Blue, which was made famous by Tim McGraw. That's like why it appealed to mass America. But actually, you know, obviously Ryan Adams wrote it, so that's why I thought it'd be cool. So I did it, and that was the last audition before I was like certain as to whether or not I was gonna be on the show. And yeah, I'm gonna play that for you right now. Dancing where the stars go blue, dancing where the evening fell, dancing in your wooden shoes, in a wedding gown, dancing out on 7th Street, dancing through the underground, dancing little marionette. Are you happy now? Where do you go when you're lonely? Where do you go when you're blue? Where do you go when lonely, I'll follow you. When the stars go blue, the stars go blue, the stars go blue. The stars go blue, the stars go blue, the stars go blue, the stars go blue. So that was by far the most nerve-wracking moment, to play Stars Go Blue in front of these people in just a tiny, tiny room. Whereas when you walk out on the stage for the actual show, it is nerve-wracking when you walk out, because they tell this entire auditorium of 500 people to be dead silent, like dead silent, and it's pitch black, and all you can hear is, your boots, or in my case, definitely I was wearing boots, clicking on the stage, and they kind of have this spot like taped off, and then you see this guy like way out beyond the cameras, like waving a flag, like, go, it's ready, you're ready to go. And then as soon as I start hitting the guitar, the lights come up, and the audience just like roars, and it is like this unbelievable amount of energy and lighting, and just the full band backing you up. I mean, it is just like, it's magical, and it's like boot camp. I've always told people this, or describe it this way: it's like boot camp on how to be a rock star. It really is. Like, you're trained with choreographers and vocal coaches, and they have an entire wardrobe team that ask you, like, what's your style? Okay, so this is what we have, and they walk you into a massive room with racks and racks and racks of clothing in a whole warehouse, and they let you just take your pick. Like, it's a dream, especially for a girl, you know what I'm saying? So moving forward, I think y'all all can guess what the next song I'm gonna play is. I love your voice. When are you coming back to sing at Cactus? I would love to come back to Bernalillo. I miss it out there for sure. So they do have a big list of songs to pick from. Like, that's every talent show. That's nothing new. They have a list of songs to pick from, and I did want to do something that was extremely unique, that would make me stand out and to lend to my Delta, like, Memphis roots. So I had this resonator guitar, and I'd already like figured out I wanted to have like a full-on black outfit, like Johnny Cash style, and do like a Bobby Gentry kind of, pompadour. Just made me look like Bobby Gentry. That's what I kept saying. They did not craft any of that, by the way. People always think that they did. It's not that, like, they did have, like, at the end, like, they needed a package to sell, so they kind of coined me like a modern day June Carter, which is okay, but it was because of what I had chosen to look like. So, oh, that's a little out of tune. Sorry, guys. But this is the first time, the Boots Are Made for Walking is the first time. That song had never been done on any of the other reality, or whatever you call them, talent shows, if you will. And you're rehearsing with these like top-notch session guys, in these warehouses in Burbank. And going to like just these famous, like Jim Henson's recording studio in Hollywood is just unbelievable. You keep saying you got something for me, something you call love, but confused. You keep missing where you should have been missing. Now someone else is getting all your bills. These boots are made for walking, that's just what they do. One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you. Oh, you keep lying when you're out of the truth is. You keep losing when you are not bad. Yeah. You keep saying when you're out of the change. get burned. I just ran me a brand new bags of matches, yeah. And what he knows, he ain't that trying to learn. Oh, these boots are made for walking. That's just what they do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. That's right, boys. One of these days, we're gonna walk all over. All right, there you go, little boots made for walking. So before the show, I also wanted to mention I was I was not that confident on stage, and I didn't really, I came from a school of like the rough and tumble songwriter trying to be like Guy Clark or Townsend Zant, like I mentioned in a post earlier this week with the Howl music video. Like I was kind of mimicking a lot of the songwriters around me and the Americana scene, which I think they're like, their performance kind of school comes from like the idea of like, you don't really pronounce your words, you don't put that much effort into like the energy of your performances. Like it's cool as a singer-songwriter to just kind of stand there with your guitar and just kind of sing your song like this. So that's what I was coming from, and that's what I thought was cool and like would make me stand out. But then the vocal coach like kind of laid it down. She was like, girl, do you even care what you're singing about? Like, do you feel what you're singing about at all? Because I can't tell. And so we brought up the key and we just rearranged everything, and she like pulled out this energy from me. And I really have I'm so grateful for the teachers and the coaches from The Voice for like pulling that out of me. Like for the level of confidence that I gained in my performances is unbelievable. Like I don't give a shit anymore on stage. Like I'm a different person, which is the artist's right. In the end, it is the artist's creative right to be whoever the hell they want to be on stage. So I feel very confident about that. The dead strumming style. What are you talking about, Judd? Where are you coming from, Judd? I'm trying to get a feel for like where everybody's tuning in from. But anyway, that's why I was kind of ranting the other day on that Howl video, because it's like I went to the Americana Music Awards and I was just so unimpressed by like the performances of everybody. Like my heroes, Lucinda Williams, like she has a music stand in front of her and just stands there. Like, I'm sorry, but I will listen, I will buy your albums, Lucinda, and I love you as a songwriter, but like, come on. Like it is so boring nowadays for the Americana and the Americana Nashville world. I'm like, snooze fest. So anyway, I'm not going to go too much into that and be negative, but I want to be positive here. That's right, you guys, we're going to stay positive. So the very last song that I got to do, and it was like definitely an homage to Memphis, my Memphis roots. I wanted to keep that in like the forefront of all of my performances. Which, by the way, Lori Self, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do. What up, Kyle? We got Arkansas in there? Are you from Arkansas still? I'm not going to be able to do Me and Bobby McGee just because it's one song that I never felt like I was actually very good at singing in the first place. I don't know how I ended up doing it on The Voice for the second round, but I appreciate you sending a tip. And I'll be sending your care package or thank you package for tipping me the other day on one of these live streams. So I'm sending out actually like 6 or 7 different thank you care packages tomorrow to all you fine folks for your sweet, generous tipping from these past couple of live streams. So what's up? What do you like coffee? Is that facetious? No, I'm just high strung, I guess. I don't know. Ted is coming from Sacramento. Okay, Kyle, we gotta hang one more time before you go back to Seattle. Okay, so final song. I'm making sure this resonator doesn't fall down. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Final song is Ann Peebles, I Can't Stand the Rain. Now, this is one of my all-time favorite songs, and she's one of my musical heroes by far. And The Voice, knows that mass America is not going to know who Ann Peebles is. So they asked me to say Tina Turner because she did cover it in the 80s, I guess. So I hate to say it, but that last episode I had to say, this is I Can't Stand the Rain, Tina Turner. But whatever, at least I got to do a cool song on the very last. We got Fort Worth in the house. All right, here we go. I can't stand the rain. Oh no, I forgot to take my capo off. That's way too high, you guys. You don't want to hear that version at all. It's gonna be so bad. Okay, here we go. It's in G for anybody who's picking along. Michael Muckalier, do you have your instrument out? Awesome. You're in Seattle. Thank you, John, for tuning in. I can't stand the rain against my window, bringing back sweet memories. Hey, window pane, do you remember how sweet it used to be? When we were together, yeah, everything was so great. Now that we parted, just one sound, I just can't stand. I can't stand the rain against my window, bringing back sweet memories. I can't stand the rain against my window. He ain't here with me. Along with the pillow where his head used to lay. I know you got some sweet memory, but like the window, yeah, you ain't got nothing to say. Ooh, I can't stand the rain against my window, bringing back sweet memories. I can't stand the rain against my window. Ooh, just keep on haunting me. Hey, rain, get off my window. Can't stand the rain. Cool, thank you guys. Thanks, Mickey Waters. Where are you tuning in from? In Minnesota. I love Dakota. Oh my God, I played there. That's an incredible venue. Thank you for mentioning that, Jed. I forgot about that place. I played there with Lisa Marie Presley. Actually, no, I was supposed to open up for her, and she canceled last minute. Lisa Marie Presley did, and it was like a whole tour was canceled that I was supposed to open up for her. And then TMZ called and was like wanting the dirt on why she canceled the tour. And I was like, I don't know. I'm just a Memphis girl who's opening up for her. Can't give you any dirt. Sorry. That's actually another thing that's reminded me. The Voice, they were trying to pull a lot of like, it's a show. They want drama. They want like, angstiness and like fights backstage behind, between the people who are battling it out. And that's what I'm not about. Like, I couldn't give that to the show, but they definitely had plenty of artists who were willing to do that on my season. So they had their, they had their balance. They had the people, the actors, if you will. But I was like, I'm sorry, I'm pretty chill. I'm not gonna, put up a fuss about so-and-so is doing this or whatever. So, and that, I didn't have a sob story really, because all the artists, they had a backstory behind what brought them to The Voice and what their dream is, and like, how they were raised. And anyway, I didn't have a sob story, which I'm grateful for that too. It was just like, I'm here because I needed to get out of Memphis and I wanted to see the world, and here I am. So, Mark Parcell, what up, Mark? Happy New Year. Thank you for tuning in. Gary Umbenhauer, I'm sorry, I'm totally butchering your name, from Pennsylvania. Awesome. Are you in like Amish country? I love Pennsylvania. It's so pretty. Anyway, I guess that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if any of y'all have any more questions, please just comment below. I'm going to keep this up on my live. I'm on my feed, so I'm happy to answer any questions. And I want to thank particularly, what's her name? Jessica White, for just bringing this up. She asked me like about 5 live streams ago, was it worth it to audition for The Voice? And that's what sparked this whole idea to do this. So thank you, Jessica. And it was, yes, absolutely, 100%. I think a lot of artists kind of turn their backs on me or something. Maybe I'm just reading it wrong, but it just felt like I was a sellout, or you know, I've had actually one local Memphis reporter call me to interview me, and he was like, "Hi, I don't normally interview, you know, like talent show artists, but you know, they told me to interview you," like basically just telling me to my face, like they're forcing me to interview you, but I really don't like talk to you, these kind of artists. So anyway, there was a lot of backlash, which is with, you know, any kind of bold, huge like move like that in your life, that's to be expected. So you got to have thick skin for sure. And it was awesome to see, like, overnight my Instagram go from like 500 people to, you know, 1,500. No, it was more than 1,500, maybe like, you know, 3,000, like overnight. It was amazing. So it was so powerful. Y'all, this cell phone is the future. Like this cell phone that I'm filming this live stream with right now, this is the remote control of society. So to do something like The Voice, to do something like Fox, The Four, that new show, like, do it. Like, this is the future. This is what you don't have to do it, but if the opportunity strikes and they want you to do it, absolutely freaking hell yes, take the opportunity. To anybody out there who has like a family friend who's wanting to do The Voice or audition, I would tell them yes, because it's going to change your life and it's going to make you more confident as an artist. And yeah, okay, so they might water you down and they might like put you in a, you know, box, so to speak, but let them, and then once you get off the show, leverage that towards your other music that you've created and whatever you do after the show. Like, hello, it's just a platform to further your career. So in a nutshell, yes, I'm absolutely glad I did it. Michael Schaefer, we got Southern Mississippi in the house, we got the Gulf Coast in the house, and we got Santa Fe. Y'all, thank you so much. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm rambling on. What time is it? How long have I been talking? Okay, it's been 30 minutes, y'all. It's a long show. I'll see y'all tomorrow for this day 4 of the 365-day songwriting challenge, and I'm going to do it at noon tomorrow. Let's say noon. I think that works better. So thank you. Love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.